expected to accumulate between a coating to an inch, with a total snowfall of 1 to 3 inches from the storm. The high temperature on Saturday will be 27. With the AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
All right, friends, you know what time it is? It's time to grow together. Nursery and Garden Center. Matt and Rachel are with us live in the studio tonight. Just want to give you a fair warning. It happens every week. You're listening to all the great tips to do with plants, whether they're outdoors now, not a lot you can do, or maybe there is, or ones that you've moved inside. And what happens is you wait till like the last 15 minutes of the show to call because you're listening. Then we've got 10 calls, and we've got to blow through them. So feel free to jump in anytime you desire at 330-450-1480. That's 330-450-1480. But even more so, to show you the dedication, the vim and vigor that Rachel and Matt have, they have their Christmas party this morning at for the Roars Nursery and Garden Center stores. But they're still here with us today. Now, what time is that party?
We are going to have the Portage store and Everhard store are going to be closed between 11 and 1 today. We'll be open up after that 1 o'clock time frame. It's just a chance for all of us to get together and, celebrate the year together. And a lot of our guys, myself included here shortly, will probably take some form of layoff for a few weeks. So it's just a chance for all of the landscape crews, mowing, maintenance crews.
I love
both employees from both stores. It's just a chance for us all to get together, and we end up having a really nice party. They have a lot of food, and then we end up playing euchre for several hours.
Now, is it potluck? Does everybody make something?
Yeah, so everybody will bring in something.
What are you making, Matt? What did you make?
I got grape jelly, meatballs, and barbecue sauce.
Dude, I'll take a grape jelly meatball any day of the week.
I needed it to be simple because I was going to be here this morning, didn't have time to cook lasagna or anything like that.
Okay. So. Rachel, what about you?
I made scotcheroos. So that's like a it's an old family recipe that we've done forever, but they're like Rice Krispie treats with peanut butter and then butterscotch and chocolate on top.
Oh, yes.
Very, very
yes,
good.
Please.
Yeah.
So you're out there working. Now,
yes.
with these meatballs, did you hand roll them or you buy them frozen?
I bought them frozen.
That's okay, man. You're saying much. Give Matt a break here.
I was thinking they were deer. But
no venison.
Okay, it's winter.
All beef.
It's cold. I had Dan Belford on earlier. It's just saying, it's what we expect in Northeast Ohio. I had County Administrator Brant Luther on, too. I mean, that's why we're here. And I will be the first to tell you now, 15, 20 is getting a little cold.
Yeah, you see what's coming Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right?
4, 2. That's a little cold for this
too cold.
early.
When I hit the car door Monday morning at 3:15 a.m. to drive over here, it's going to be single digits. But the bottom line is there's still always great things happening at Roars Nursery and Garden Center. Tell us about it. We've got your questions at any time, friend. 330-450-1480. 330-450-1480. Matt, what do you have special going on? Everything is special, but I know that as you get close to the holidays, you're saying, no, we got to take care of some folks that take care of us.
For sure. One of the things that I'm really proud that we're able to do here is we're doing 50% off all our cut trees to military and first responders. It gives them a chance
50%?
50%, yep. We're not making anything on these. We're just basically flipping them over and allowing military and first responders, police, fire, paramedics, any of the medical field can come into the nursery, and we get them a tree at half off.
I want to say something right now. They're doing that, and again, this is not prompted by anything. In fact, I'm somewhat caustic sometimes because I'm so honest from the heart, and I speak from my heart and soul. I wear it on my sleeve. But a lot of times, and hey, people do what they can do. But you'll see where if you're a first responder, this and that, you're getting 10, 15% off. You are giving 50% off.
Yes.
These trees for first responders and military, and I salute you for that.
Yeah.
That's the least you could do.
It's something that's important to the company. It's something that we believe in, and we know these people do everything they can, and their families sacrifice, and they make our lives better on a daily basis. So it's just something that we can do as a company this time of year to ease the financial burden for them a little bit and, give them a really nice tree at a great price. We're also running some specials this week. We've got all our wreaths, swags, and pine roping, 30% off. and anyone that spends $50 or more gets a free poinsettia.
Now, again, this is at both stores in Massillon and...
Nope, this is just at our Portage location.
okay. Yes. I'm glad I
That's where our
checked it out.
Christmas shop is. Our Everhard location. They're busy this time of year too, but they're doing different things. They're sending out snowplow contracts and continually going out looking. And we've had a lot of people with that early snowstorm call in, and so we've been going out and adding a lot of driveways and homes and things like that to the routes so that we get people in and out and to work.
Now, like I said, our tree is going up this weekend. How's the supply of decorations and ornaments?
We have a surplus,
Fantastic.
yes. We have a lot to
and
choose
ornaments that you would never think of. Just all kinds. Like I sent a bunch in today. I know we're going to work on getting them up here on your guys' webpage. But food items like the Wonder Bread. Remember the Wonder Bread bags we put on our feet when we were cold?
Oh, sure, man. With the dots on there.
The dots
the
all
color.
over it. So Choco Tacos, cupcakes, McDonald's stuff, guacamole. My wife's a big guac fan. When we go to Mexico,
Well, how do you have a
that's her thing.
guacamole? Was it like in a bowl?
So there's a couple different guac ones.
I'm
but
interested in
There's
that.
some in a bowl, some in a can. There's a billboard that says all
Like
about
guac.
guac. Or,
Yeah,
or
guac
guac
is
extra, but so
or
am
something.
I. Something like that. But there's a lot of really cool ornaments. I do this with my kids every year, and my oldest one is getting ready to, him and his fiance, they're getting married in June next year. They're working on their first home, and they are going to be having their first Christmas next year. Well, one of the things I remember when I got my first place and had my first Christmas, man, it's expensive to decorate a tree. And so what I'm going to do with my kids is, come over next year before, we'll get ready to set up the trees and stuff like that. I told them this year, try to find a tree after Christmas, deeply discounted. I said, and next year you guys come over and I'll hand down all those ornaments that we bought for you over the years.
Whoa.
And that's something that you'll be able to tell a story to your kids as you're putting, I remember when I got this, and we take a little Sharpie and we write on the back, the year that it was given and stuff like that. And it just helps create memories and prevents you from forgetting things that, a lot of stuff happens over the course of the year. But when you have something like that, it sparks that memory, and that can be shared with the next generation.
I'll tell you what's cool. Rachel, you can back me up on this. Matt, you have the neatest holiday Christmas smile as you're talking about that. But isn't that what the holidays are about? About families,
And
friends,
reminiscing,
memories.
and yes,
new
absolutely.
traditions. New traditions to be made. It's special, man. I really dug that, man. I can tell you're happy and excited about that.
It makes me excited. I can do something good for my kids. I hand them down, I help them out, but I also continue those memories on in the future. And those ornaments are a way to do that. So we always have a lot of customers that come in looking for, hey, this happened with my kid. Do you have this sports ornament, or do you have this, they got their first job. Do you guys have a medical ornament, a graduate
baby.
ornament? Like one of the ones, hope they're not listening, one of the ones I got for my son and his fiance is our first home. And so
Whoa.
that's just, something they can look back on. Oh my gosh, I remember when we got this. And maybe down the road, 5-10 years, they're living in a different place, but that will spark that memory of that first home.
100%.
together.
Now, question, we talk about ornaments. Do you also sell lights for trees?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah. We've got,
Oh, yeah.
and a lot of
And that leads to a text I just got.
a lot of the hard to find lights, some of the more rare, the old bulb,
Whoa,
the
whoa,
really
whoa.
big bulbs.
Okay, I just got a text from Chris in Cleveland as it comes to Canton and Massillon frequently for business.
Yeah.
Do you have the bulbs that with the liquid in it and they bubble up?
You know what? I think we did. We did have
They
the
went-
old fashioned
yes,
candle lights.
yes.
Yep. Yeah, we did at one point. I honestly I don't know if we still have
They
some.
went quickly,
'cause-
didn't they?
Well,
yeah,
we'll have to
well,
check
yeah.
inventory. I don't,
And I'm not in the store as
Right.
much, so
Yeah, she's
I'm more
in
in
the
the
grape
greenhouse.
cave.
So yeah.
Now, how warm is your greenhouse? Is it toasty?
I wouldn't say toasty, but it is
compared to outside, it's
yeah,
toasty.
when the sun comes out, it is tropical paradise in there. It's wonderful, but we do keep it heated, and we'll have it heated all season long too.
You need to do
so,
that. And you know what?
yeah.
Before I forget, and the calls will start coming in, once again, friend, 330-450-1480, 330-450-1480. One of the easiest suggestions you gave me a year ago that I've been doing, and actually the windows are all covered, putting plants in my south windows. It makes sense. You figure, well, in the east you're getting the morning sun, in the west you're getting the peak of the afternoon. But the plants I have a fern, I have what I call a gumbo plant because it's 5 or 6 plants that were in one pot together that someone
That's a nice
gave me.
term. I
And,
like
and
that.
they're just, I don't even know what they are, but they are just going insane being in South Windows.
Yeah, and right now is because we don't have a lot of sunlight,
Yeah.
and it's very few and far between when the sun does come out. A south-facing window is really good for almost any plant because a lot of houseplants like indirect sunlight. This time of year, the sunlight is
It's
indirect
not
on its
intense
own.
enough,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it
So
it wouldn't matter so much. this
south-facing
time of
is
year.
perfect.
Matt and Rachel from Roar's Garden Centers, Roar's Nursery and Garden Centers. Let's grow together. We'll take your calls at 330-450-1480. A lot of questions for them. I've got questions for them, but again, holiday supplies, you can get them at the stores, mainly in Massillon, right on Porter Street.
Yeah,
Yes,
our Portage
yeah.
store is where our Christmas shop is.
And
Yep.
if you're if you're near the store in Canton, it's like not a far ride whatsoever.
No,
in way,
4 or 5
shape, or form.
miles.
And
Pretty
get down
close.
to downtown Massillon. Said hit some of the other privately owned shops there. Shop local and do it now. And we've got with us and Rachel and Matt from Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. We'll be back in a sec.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Roar's Nursery. It's officially that magical time of year, Christmas time. That's right, our Christmas shop is officially open 7 days a week at our Portage Street location, your one-stop shop for all holiday decor. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be coming to town, so be sure to check roarsnursery.com for all upcoming events and sales. Visit us at Roar's Nursery on Portage Street and roarsnursery.com.
Roar's Nursery, we want to be your number one nursery. Roar's Nursery.
The saving continues during Andrews Furniture's Countdown to Christmas sale. 'Tis the season for bringing comfort and joy into every room of your home. This month, enjoy an additional 10% off all handcrafted collections of fine upholstered furniture, leathers, and occasional tables. FlexSteel combines quality construction in a beautiful selection of over 1,000 fabrics and leathers. Choose from Andrews stock for immediate delivery or special order. Either way, you'll save an additional 10%. If you're looking for the best selection of last-minute gifts, then you're looking in the best place. Enjoy 20% off all in-stock decorative accessories at Andrews, including framed art, lamps, and mirrors. Or let them choose their favorites with an Andrews gift card. Experience the magic of the holidays with a trip to Andrews Furniture in Sugar Creek, your home furnishings destination for 77 years and 3 generations, where delivery is always free.
On Sunday, December 13th at 7:30 p.m. and December 14th at 3 p.m., the Canton Symphony Orchestra will be performing their annual The Employers Health Pops Holiday Pops concert. Led by conducting fellow Allison Norris, the full symphony will take the stage, joined by the Canton Symphony Chorus. Get ready for a Yuletide celebration of holiday magic as you immerse yourself in the joyous sounds of the season. Tickets start at just $30 and are available by calling 330-452-2094 or at cantonsymphony.org. Sleigh bells, will you be listening?
Are you facing plumbing problems? Trust the plumbing experts at Koblenz Plumbing, Northeast Ohio's reliable choice for over 30 years. At Koblenz, quality is our promise, backed by our 5-star Google rating. And right now, we're offering an unbeatable deal. $0 diagnostic fee with any repair during normal business hours. From leaky faucets to underground projects, we've got you covered. Hot water heaters, water filtration, sump pumps, and more. Why wait? Call Koblenz Plumbing today at 330-877-8989. Koblenz Plumbing, your trusted plumbing experts for over 30 years.
This is Mike Frazier, pastor of Canton Baptist Temple in Canton, Ohio, and I want to personally invite you to our Christmas concert. There are 2 performances. One will be on Saturday, December 13th at 6 p.m., and again on Sunday, December 14th at 10:15 in the morning. Both performances are completely free and everyone is welcome. Make plans now to join us as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select power tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery sets, you can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel Battery. For more details, shop online or in-store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only on select items at participating dealers while supplies last.
Visit Bear's Lawn and Garden in North Canton or call 330-499-4544 for Steel deals.
Mark West Bishop in for Pam Cook. It's time to grow together. with Rohr's Nursery and Garden Center. Matt and Rachel join us. Matt and Rachel, anything right now? And again, folks, give us a call at 330-450-1480. 330-450-1480. Is there anything you could do with outdoor plants, trees, bushes at this time? Or if you haven't covered them by now in burlap or whatever, or is that the way to cover them? Is it Gandhi? Is it too late? Tell us.
No, absolutely not. You can still do some protection with some stakes and some burlap. That'll help.
Burlap is good. Is
burlap's
the way to go?
You don't want it wrapped really tight around the plant. You kind of want it off the plant just a little bit. That way you're not, suffocating the plant in any way. But one of the main things we talk about this time of year is a product called Wilt Proof or Wilt Stop. And what that is
it's W-I-L-T, Wilt?
Wilt, yeah. So it's a leaf sealant. And what that does, kind of like chapstick for plants, if you want an easy analogy. But what it does is it seals the foliage on evergreens, especially leafy evergreens. Now, most needled evergreens have a waxy coating on the cuticle, and so it generally doesn't give off a lot of moisture when we're really cold and windy. But your leafy plants like rhododendrons, azaleas, Pieris japonica, boxwood, and several others have a tendency to get what's called winter burn. And that doesn't come from the cold, it comes from dehydration. So if we seal the leaf, we prevent that dehydration from happening. You'll see a lot of azaleas and rhododendrons.
Is this a spray?
Yes, it is a liquid spray. Now, I had somebody come in the store the other day, buy some of it, and she's like, when can I said, okay. Normally, this time of year, we're above freezing. And I do see next week we're supposed to go in the 40s.
Yeah.
So if this is something you want to do to protect your plants, next week would be a great time.
Get it above freezing.
So you want to spray it on, it's a liquid, you spray it on the foliage when it's above freezing, and all it has to do is be warm enough, long enough to dry on the foliage. So a couple hours. We just need a couple hours above freezing, allow that liquid to dry on the foliage, and then it's going to protect it through the entire winter season.
Back up, so not for evergreens, though? You wouldn't use it on evergreens?
No, evergreens is what you want.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Specifically like broadleaf.
So there's needled evergreens and leafy evergreens. You really want to use this on the leafy evergreens.
Because I have needled, and you know what's blowing me away is that you're talking there. I have 5 of them. They're 2 years old. I put them like a boundary to a neighbor's. They have grown about 2 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not outrageous.
Probably an arborvitae of some type.
Okay.
And there's a green giant variety that's really common, really popular. It grows really quickly. It's deer resistant. It's winter wind resistant. So it checks all the boxes for most people. And a lot of times when I say arborvitae, people think of the real narrow, skinny ones.
Yes, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
There are so many different varieties of arborvitae. These look more like an evergreen tree, more like you would think of like a Norway spruce tree, because they're very pyramidal in habit, wide at the base, narrower at the top, but they do grow very quickly. So it's a great plant to put in for a screen tree.
And they're soft.
They're not prickly, and you don't have to wait 10 years for the screen to actually be there. It'll be a screen within a few short seasons.
Yeah, you know what is so cool? And, I have dogs, and I made sure they're trained. Actually, they're rarely on leashes or anything like that. Now, if I'm walking them up and down the street, I have a leash in my hand.
Sure.
Because some people get nervous, okay? But the bottom line is that not in my yard. But so a fence is not needed. But to me, nothing is prettier. Nothing. Look at me, Mr. Nature Boy, okay? than an evergreen or some kind of plant or bush fence across your
Especially
yard.
this time of year with the snow on them and everything. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and it kind of helps with the wind and that kind of stuff too. So,
Rachel, I have to ask you this because we talk about the greenhouse.
Yes.
Is that, do you have plants for sale in the greenhouse now that you could take home
Absolutely.
and then plant in the spring and enjoy them now,
Yes.
or would you not do that?
Well, actually, there's probably I'm going to say one thing that would actually survive in our climates.
Okay.
Yes, and it's something that's blooming right now. It's called a heliobor.
That's her favorite.
Christmas rose. Yeah,
One more
it
time?
is heliobor.
You can
It's
plant it
called
now?
Christmas rose. Yeah, if the ground would allow you. Yes, yeah, it's pretty hard, but it actually is
Really?
blooming. It's getting mine. I have one at home, and it's actually budded right now.
Oh, I gotta
so
write
which
this
is
down.
weird to think, but it does. It is actually it's my favorite
Now,
shade plant.
What's the real name for it again?
Heliobor.
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 Okay.
Yes, yeah. But it's also, there's one called Lenten Rose. I mean, they're all the same. Lenten Rose, they bloom usually in February, March. There's a lot of different varieties of Heliobor, but the one called Christmas Rose is it's a really early bloomer or late bloomer. It depends on how you look at it, but it does bloom around Christmas time.
And what happens to them, like in the warmer weather? They're still around.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're a shade plant and they are evergreen. So that's what's kind of nice. I have mine kind of planted almost like a hedge. So I have that nice green foliage in the winter or in the spring and summer, but they hold their flowers for a really long time.
How cool is that to have flowers in the winter weather?
It is.
You know, so you get me thinking about these things in a big way.
Yep. And the frost will hit them, and they're kind of almost like a pansy where they'll respond back and just bounce back and be fine. But that would be like the only thing in the greenhouse that we would have for outside, eventually. Yeah. But we have a lot of house plants and that kind of thing.
I'm curious to see how those plants, yours at home that are planted permanently, been there for a while, how they come through Monday at 7 degrees.
Yeah, I am curious too. So I've seen them go down pretty good. Yeah, if I think about it, I'll take a picture of it and see because it is budded. So I will.
What about
cold hardy?
What about house plants now? Mm-hmm. Ones that I put out on the patio. Mm-hmm. Once I know that the frost is over, this and that, and they're still in their pots, and year to year I repot them because they need bigger pots, this and that. And anything I should be doing, anyone should be doing with plants that they've moved in for the winter?
Not necessarily right now. Just kind of keep an eye out for pests and, just water when it's dry. With the heat running and that kind of thing, it tends to get a little bit drier and dry out a little bit quicker than you would think. But plants do kind of go through a resting period, even though they're still holding their leaves. House plants do kind of go through a little dormancy. So it's just right now, it's just kind of a good time, just kind of let them rest and not do too much fertilizing or anything.
Now, I have a fern. I think the last time you knew it was on about a 3-foot-high plant pedestal. Mm-hmm. Now it's on that was about 2 months ago, a 4-foot-high plant pedestal because the branches are like going all the way down to the floor. Mm-hmm. I mean, will that thing just keep growing and growing and growing?
Pretty much, yeah. They tend to like a lot of water, most ferns, and humidity. Yeah, sometimes they can get a little messy.
I spray that one a lot.
Yes, yeah. They are ones that kind of benefit from getting misted, especially in the heat or in the dry heat, that we have in the winter time. So.
Now, I usually just look at them and feel the soil, this and that. Mm-hmm. But kids these days. My daughter, who's a plant gal also from Chicago, got a package in the mail the other day, and it was one of those moisture meters.
Yeah.
That you stick in. So, I mean,
they
can
can
get
help.
Too technical?
So, honestly, I've never really used them. I don't really.
Me neither.
I don't really poo-poo them, but I think they do have to be kind of down pretty far because you do want to make sure you're just giving it a good drink. So, as long as you are making sure it's dry and then going through the bottom of the pot. And allowing it to dry out in between, usually you're good.
Thorough waterings when you water, and then let it dry out in between waterings.
Okay. And when we come back, I'm going to tease you with this one. My wife always shakes her head. She goes, you're not in college anymore. Because guess what she's talking about? My spider plants, okay? So we'll talk spider plants and much more. Friend, you can get involved. 330-450-1480. Matt and Rachel from Rohr's Nursery and Garden Center. Why? Let's grow together. Right here on 1480 WHBC.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. It's officially that magical time of year, Christmas time. That's right, our Christmas shop is officially open 7 days a week at our Portage Street location. Your one-stop shop for all holiday decor. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be coming to town, so be sure to check roarsnursery.com for all upcoming events and sales. Visit us at Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street and roarsnursery.com.
Rohr's Nursery, we want to be your number one nursery.
It's the most magical time of the year, and Oakwood Square is transforming into a winter wonderland. The 720 Holiday Market is back, Fridays and Saturdays, November 28th through December 13th. Stroll through cozy outdoor vendors, discover handcrafted gifts, holiday decor, treats, and one-of-a-kind finds. Bring the family for festive fun, twinkling lights, and visits with Santa. Make your holiday shopping merry, magical, and local at the 720 Holiday Market at Oakwood Square in Plain Township. For details, follow at 720 Holiday Market, Ohio, or visit eventsby720.com.
Ho, ho, ho! There's no GMO in the chocolates of Ben Wollenberg's Chocolates and Nuts. Just the fresh milk of happy cows, better cocoa, and better ingredients all the way around for a difference you can taste. Right, Bessie? Free gift wrap on the 1 pound boxes and up, as always. Say no, no, no to GMOs and step up to this Ben Wollenberg's Chocolates and Nuts this Christmas. 25th and Fulton Northwest in Canton. Ho, 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 ho.
Listen to the Kenny and JT Show here on 1480 WHBC for exclusive Pro Football Hall of Famer interviews presented by Akron Auto Auction as part of the Pro Football Hall of Fame residency program. Score big with AkronAutoAuction.com, a driving force in the industry.
Get ready for the holidays with a high-efficiency twin-tank water softener and get a free whole-home carbon filtration system from Verndale Water Experts.
Verndale's Water Center.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
WHBC News. If you blinked, maybe you missed the start of meteorological winter. It started last Monday, so time to look back at fall with the average temperature at the CAK weather station, 53.6 degrees for the 3-month period, just a few tenths of a degree off the 30-year average. Liquid precipitation, exactly 8 inches for the 3 months, nearly 2 inches below normal. One person dead in a fire in Barberton from late last night after firefighters extinguished the blaze on 16th Street Northwest. They found the victim inside. Another person outside the structure taken to the hospital when the fire department arrived. State Fire Marshal investigating there in Barberton. Federal government shutdown ended on November the 12th, but the impact for families in need lasted well into the month, and it's still being felt. That's according to the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank.
We had like a 35% increase in the people that were coming in to the food bank. We had our biggest distribution day,
which had ramped up pantry hours in Akron and Canton in response to what they were hearing from their 600 pantries across the 8-county service area. Food Bank CEO Dan Flowers says a tough year started with both federal and state cuts, but community support in response has helped them keep up. Your next news coming up here at the top of the hour, and when it breaks, Jim Michaels, WHBC News.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast today. Expect low clouds with a brisk breeze making it feel colder, and there might be a few flurries around. The temperature will reach a high of 26 tonight, will remain cold with low clouds and a low of 22. Looking ahead to tomorrow, it will be cloudy and cold with snow flurries reaching a high of 30. As for Saturday, the morning will be breezy, then expect low clouds and cold conditions with some snow in the afternoon. Accumulations could range from a coating to an inch, with a total snowfall of 1 to 3 inches by the end of the storm. The high temperature will be 27. With the AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Mark West Bishop in for Pam Cook. Well, I'm having too much fun. This is Let's Grow Together, Rohr's Nursery and Garden Center. You also hear Matt and Rachel from Rohr's with me right now. Matt, you had something going on, too, with the reefs and roping. Because, you know, I'm going to stop by. I need some roping. I like to put it up. I like to decorate.
Yeah.
And I put it up the stairway, you know, on the handrails, this and that. Tell us about that.
So I'll let Rachel.
All of our greenery, it's 30% off now. Okay. So our roping and wreaths, swags, that kind of thing. And also, too, another thing I wanted to mention with Wiltproof. That is a perfect thing to use Wiltproof on as well. Your greens, it helps seal it and it's going to help keep them looking a lot nicer.
Longer.
Yes, especially if you're bringing them in the house, it's going to keep them, and it doesn't have a scent or anything. So once it dries, it seals it. So that's a really good thing to do on your greens. But they're all 30% off.
We will say it's wet when it's sticky.
Yes, or it's sticky when it's wet. Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, when you spray that, you want to leave it somewhere where it can dry, and then be okay to bring it in the house.
And also, we talked about if folks want to remember those who have left us, this and that, you can help them out in a big, big way?
Yeah, we do a lot of cemetery pieces and that kind of stuff. So we do have a lot of like cans, wreaths. Yeah, we usually do pillows and blankets, that kind of thing, but we're kind of closed on the orders now. So we've met our mark there, but we do have a lot of other things to choose from.
Should they call or walk in for that?
You can walk in. So, I mean, you can
ask for you.
Yes. You can just, they're right on the porch. We can take custom, make a custom bow or something like that for,
so we
something.
literally have thousands of rolls of ribbons. So
yes.
Really?
So we do a lot of custom stuff.
We do a lot of custom bows for people, that big present that you're maybe not going to wrap. Just because it's too big. We can do a nice big custom bow for it. That way's got a better presentation.
Now, hold on. You see it on TV all the time, and I've never, ever seen it personally, although my neighbor did it one time for his wife. Would you do bows for a vehicle?
I was just going to say, I did one last year. Yeah. I did one last year, actually. Yeah. I did a big red bow.
Now, did you come out and put it on? Or
No. They just came in. So, I mean, a lot of times people will even bring in their own ribbon. Like if they have something, and, hey, I need some bows for this. And there's a few of us that make bows. So
you are a multi-talented young woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried bows, not my favorite.
Dude, you and me both, man.
It was very bad.
Actually, you know what's funny? And the kids still laugh about it.
Make them in my sleep.
All the gifts that I wrap, a lot of people say, well, from Mom, from Maggie, from Annie, from Clay, from Chris, from Sasha, is that all of them I wrap, I had a little sticker I put from Santa. So that's a tip-off anyway, but it's funny when we're distributing the gifts on Christmas morning, the kids always go, oh, this one's from Dad. And I go, finally, is my wrapping that's bad? It's gotten better. It's gotten better. But, I'm one of those that you look at the box, you look at the package, and you want to, pull everything out for it, and it's like, I'm usually like a strip two.
I do the same.
And then retape it on there because you don't want to show any of the box.
Yeah.
And tip anybody off from anything, that kind of thing.
I'm not the best rapper, but I can make a bow.
Okay. What about you?
Not a good rapper.
No,
I did some last night. It was mediocre at best.
Hey, it's probably...
I've never had him complain, though.
It's not the reason, but when I'm rapping, it's usually late at night.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has gone, and there may be a cocktail, sitting by my side.
Maybe that's my problem, too.
I was watching Christmas Vacation on Hulu last night, wrapping gifts. That was my job.
I knew it was going to be a great holiday season, and this was, probably 2 weeks ago now. And I didn't see it at all last year, but to me, the greatest Christmas movie ever made is the original Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, my gosh.
That's the black and white. Yeah. Because I'm a firm believer in Santa. Because it proves that there's a Santa Claus. And how could you beat that on Christmas time?
Very true. I
love
any
favorites?
A lot of the classics.
Yeah.
You're a Christmas Vacation guy?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Vacation.
That's a good one.
You always get a laugh. It's always fun.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I like Nightmare Before Christmas. That's my kind of movie.
Oh, okay. Tell us a little bit about
Yes, yeah.
What about Christmas songs? I mean, any rockers?
Honestly, I really don't like most of the Christmas music. The one Christmas song I like, I never hear that much, but it's Greg Lake. I Believe in Father Christmas. I love that song.
That is a great tune. I actually, at another station, I fill in part-time WOBL, WDLW in Lorain County. We had a fundraiser last Friday for the Second Harvest Food Bank. And our goal was to raise $10,000. And when I got on, of course, the program director looking through the glass, I go, you know what? We're going to take a request for a fee. Okay, and that was one.
That's a good idea.
That would cost the caller $25. But very, very cool. And I always say people are so generous in Northeast Ohio this time of year.
That's a cool idea.
Our goal was $10,000. We raised $20,500. So that's more than double.
Very cool.
But you got the old time classics, Nat King Cole, singing about the chestnuts. But you know what my rocking Christmas song is? And it's probably for where I grew up because these were guys I grew up with. The Kinks' Father Christmas talks about some kids.
Oh my gosh,
kids Jack and Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's like those are the guys I went to school with. Those are my neighbors. You know?
My favorite Christmas song. It's Christmas Eve at the church that I go to. We do a round. So the choir gets up, does a cantata, and then they sing Peace, 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 and the rest of us sing Silent Night. It is the coolest.
That's neat.
Very, very cool. Now, Nick says
That's really cool.
Motorhead Run Rudolph Run.
There you go.
I know that Lemming rules.
That's a good
one.
Yeah, that's my kind of Christmas music.
Okay. Now, I'm a big, Santa Claus is coming to town. Springsteen is always fun. But, or what about, and for those of you who say bunch, was that Snoopy and the Red Baron? Yep. Anybody remember that song?
Yeah. We talked about the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Yes.
That was always a good one.
The other day I walked downstairs and the wife is watching Frosty the Snowman, the movie. And I go, interesting. She goes, you know what? I haven't seen this thing for
20
decades.
years, right?
So I'm going to watch it again. And you plop down and you start watching things like that, and you have a lot of fun.
It's the memories that are attached to
that's
those.
what we talked about earlier, like with the ornaments and that.
Like Pam's big ones. She loves Home Alone. And I was on last night. I scrolled past. I'm like, I should watch.
Did you see Home Alone on?
No, it's on Hulu if anyone's looking for it.
But you know what? Home Alone 2.
Oh yeah, they had them both.
I call those like I get on the exercise bike a lot. It's like if I'm watching something and get hooked into watching it, then I'm on the bike longer.
Yeah,
It's like, if I'm flipping
Distraction.
through and I'm watching a game, watch a lot of sports, and it's not to my liking, I'll flip over. If I see like a Home Alone or something, I say, good, I'll be on the bike at least an hour of this movie. But come on, that stuff is fun.
Oh,
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
That stuff is fun. 330-450-1480. 330-450-1480 is the number to call. What other suggestions do you have right now for folks? I mean, it's snowy, it's cold, it's icy, especially for plants outdoors that say no one has done anything at all to anything they have outside.
Well, I have to
Never too
wait.
late, right?
I
well,
still have leaves to clean
yeah,
up at my house.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I was
but
thinking
not
too.
able to do that in the
Yeah.
current environment. Maybe next week when we hit the 40s, I can get that.
Yeah.
We get a little meltdown happening. I can get that last batch of leaves that fell real late. I've got a lot of oak trees, so the oaks came down really
See, I
late.
pin
this
oaks where
year.
I live a
Yeah,
lot
me
too. And it's funny because the other day, actually yesterday, pulling out to go to the store, the wife was, she goes, how many times did you rake leaves this year? I said every day for about 3 weeks.
Yep.
Because as the snow
Yeah.
was, because it rained yesterday,
Which
was nasty. So it melted the
It was.
snow, but then
It
you
did.
saw the leaves again, and I'm like, that pile can't be a foot high along that one fence, but it is. But I made sure that in some of my flower beds, I kept a small layer of leaves.
Absolutely. So if there's still some leaves there, I put a little ring of leaves around some. Not all varieties of hydrangea need this level of protection, but the macro, which are your endless summer, summer crush, eclipse, they are a little more cold sensitive than say like your paniculata varieties, which would be Bobo, Little Lime Punch, Little Lime, Pinky Winky. Those are much, much hardier. So the ones that are a little bit more sensitive to cold, I'll actually mound some leaves around the base of those as well. And my roses too.
You know what's amazing? And I know this is what you do, but your knowledge, both of your knowledge, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, gosh. I've been at Roars for 28
age
years.
us.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
been at Roars for 28, and I worked for a garden center in Greene before that, and actually a garden center out in Montana when I went to school out there.
Where did you go to school?
Missoula.
Wow.
University of Montana.
And is that when you got in were you a horticulture student or were you?
Grew up on my grandparents' farm, so kind of always had that little ag going on. And my dad, we would plant, and I'm not exaggerating, 15,000 marigolds a year.
Oh my God!
I told him once I got older and learned more, I was like, they make something called a perennial, right? It comes back every year. But I will say,
15,000.
15,000. The entire our house was on Pittsburgh Road, and it was a couple acres, and from one end of the house to the other, there was railroad tie walls out front, and all of those beds were planted with marigolds, and like the first ladies that got a little taller and the petite marigolds in the front, so it like terraced up, and I mean it was beautiful, but it was a lot of work.
How long did it take you to plant 15,000?
After school, weeks.
When you're
me,
young,
my
it was probably
brother, and my
forever.
sister, and my mom, and my dad, out there planting for a couple hours a night, quite a long period of time, but. And then it wasn't done when you were done planting, because then you had to put the slug bait down, then you had to go out there and fertilize it with the Miracle-Gro and all the other things that went along with it. But man, once they took hold, you didn't have to do a lot of work later in the summer. Marigolds are pretty tough.
Yeah.
But it was impressive. Like when you drove down, people stop and take pictures of the front of the property just because it was.
You probably always think of that every time you see a marigold,
Every time I see a marigold.
Rachel, you too. Did you start at an early age?
Yeah. I've been since Roar. Or I've been with Roar since 2013.
Okay.
So, and I've been in the business probably about 23 years. So
it's something you enjoy. Now, tell me about this. Is that I say to do something right. I do the laundry at home. I do floors at home. I mean, come on, I goof off most of the time, okay? I put some albums on and I do my cleaning.
Well, yeah.
I do a lot of cooking. But one thing I tell my kids too, I cut the lawn, I edge and trim, trim some other trees and plant some bushes too, within reason.
Yeah.
No more ladders for me.
No, me either.
Step ladder, I can go like a foot, if it's a 3-footer, then I go from there and lean. But is that you have to do things with a passion.
Yes.
My sons, if they cut the lawn, it looks good. They don't miss any spots, but it's done to do the job and get it finished. You have to do it with passion. Do you agree?
I will say this, though. There's a lot of the younger generation that, for whatever reason, parents didn't have them outside. This is all things that are very simple and can be learned. We teach people all the time about whether they bought a home with a pond and they don't know how to take care of it. We share that knowledge. That's one of the beautiful things about the nursery is that we have a ton, and I mean a ton of employees that have 15 to 20 years plus experience. So they will take that knowledge that they've gained over their lifetime of doing this and share it with the customer very readily.
Yeah.
So,
and I think because the passion is there, we all enjoy what we do,
Right.
and we're always still
It's not a
learning
job,
things.
right?
No, I don't feel that way.
Or it's not work, it's a
so
job.
it's no, it's not. I'm very thankful for where I'm at.
and it's
Go ahead,
fun
man.
whenever we get new plant species in.
We get excited.
We get very excited.
We're nerds, yeah.
We will.
No, I
upon
treasure
request,
that.
Yeah.
Upon request, we'll get samples, and so the samples, some will go home with me, some go home with Dave, some go home with one of the other guys or girls that works there, and we'll plant them in our yard. So we're not only taking care of stuff that we've had for generations or years. We're planting new plant material. We're trying it. Is it everything that the grower says it's going to be? And we want to stay up to date on all the newest things. One of the things we'll be talking about here in January is all the new plant product that's going to be coming out in 2026. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's some cool new stuff.
Oh, I
get
can't wait for
excited
that.
I get excited for January and be able to kind of like look at new perennials and
But again, if you're
brainstorm.
watching this on WHBC's Facebook page and YouTube channel, you could see the smiles. See everything. And again, it's like a few years ago when I was starting a morning show at 4:30. This is 5:30, and
I don't know if I'd be this smiley.
Okay, why don't we just start at 4
smile.
because no other show, the only other show in Cleveland started at 5.
Okay.
And they said, well, if you start at 4, you'll own the whole hour. I said, I guarantee you, if I start at 4:30, I'll own the whole hour.
Right.
They go, what's a half hour? I go, when you're getting up at 2 in the morning, that's like an hour and a half, hour of sleep.
Yeah, that.
But when I first started, I would get pulled over by the gendarmes in certain communities because,
Sure.
at 3:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
And the first couple of times, I got pulled over. What are you doing? I'm off to my job. Well, where do you work? I go, sir, that's the thing. I do not work. They go, you're the guy on radio. But see, I can see the same thing with you two.
Yeah.
You're not working.
We enjoy what
It's a
we do.
passion. It's
Yes.
a job. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Christian is answering the phones, and he is lonely. Get him going at 330-450-1480, 330-450-1480. Give him a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and we'll take your calls. You got a few more minutes to get in. It's Let's Grow Together with Rohr's Nursery and Garden Center. Matt and Rachel, and yours truly, Mark Bunch Bishop on 1480 WHBC.
Steel deals are happening now. Instant savings on select power tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel Battery. For more details, shop online or in-store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only on select items at participating dealers while supplies last.
Visit Bear's Lawn and Garden in North Canton or call 330-499-4544 for Steel deals.
Are you overloaded with all the shopping, baking, decorating, and entertaining that are part of the holidays? Party Savvy can help. Here are the top 5 reasons to rent from number 5. Party Savvy has linens, napkins, and table runners in all the popular holiday colors or colors to match your room decor. Number 4. There's no need to purchase, store, and maintain extra tables and chairs and other items you only use once a year. Number 3. Renting linens, dishes, silverware, and glassware is eco-friendly. Plastic ends up in landfills and it takes years to decompose. Number 2, our friendly sales staff will help you select the correct rental items, and our cheerful delivery personnel will bring it to you or load your vehicle if you prefer to pick them up yourself. And the number 1 reason to rent from Party Savvy, we will do the cleanup for you. Just rinse off the dishes, silverware, and glassware and put them back in the racks, place the linens in our laundry bag, and send everything back to us. Happy holidays from Party Savvy. Cheers!
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B20.
Hi, Paul White here at the Half Off and Out by Store in Louisville. The holiday season is upon us, and we have some unbelievable prices prices on our Christmas trees, all shapes and sizes. Wreaths, lights, Christmas decor, and so much more. Toy department is overflowing with name brand toys that the kids will love. So stop in and spin to win on our discount wheel and take an additional up to 30% off your purchase at the Half Off and Hot Buy store in Louisville, next to the Medicine Center Pharmacy.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This top-tier plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you'll save over 50% every month for the rest of your life. You might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro, offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
On Sunday, December 13th at 7:30 p.m. and December 14th at 3 p.m., the Canton Symphony Orchestra will be performing their annual The Employers Health Pops Holiday Pops concert. Led by conducting fellow Allison Norris, the full symphony will take the stage, joined by the Canton Symphony Chorus. Get ready for a Yuletide celebration of holiday magic as you immerse yourself in the joyous sounds of the season. Tickets start at just $30 and are available by calling 330-452-2094 or at cantonsymphony.org. Sleigh bells will ring. Will you be listening?
Let's grow together. Mark Bunch Bishop in for Pam Cook on 1480 WHP, 1480 WHPC, the iconic radio station I'm honored to be a part of, getting Pam a little bit of break. And let's grow together. Rohr's Nursery and Garden Center. Matt and Rachel are with us. Matt and Rachel, I'm enjoying not just the holiday spirit, but just you show that you love what you do. It is a labor of love. It's not work. It is a job. Yeah. We have responsibilities that we need. Like people say to me, well, much you don't work. Don't you have to be there at a certain time? I said, yes. Don't you have to do the snack? Yeah, but it's part of what you do. Yeah. That's why it's called a job.
Remind me in March that I love what I do.
Yeah, there are.
How many semis are coming in, and how?
We'll unload, if the weather permits, we'll unload about 30 semis in the month of March, and the weather isn't always the kindest that time of year.
So now what happens if the weather's bad? You still unload them in the bad weather, right?
Yep, put on the raincoat, put on the galoshes, and go at it.
Are you like me, though, that I would rather have, now I'm not saying single digits or even teens, but I'd rather have 25 in snow than 35, 40, 45 in rain.
150%.
Yeah,
you can brush the snow off. Once you're wet, you're wet. And it gets cold real quick when you're wet.
Now, yesterday it was in the mid-30s. No, I'm in Lorain County, but it was pouring rain to the point where I hit the door, and I was had a raincoat on, had a ball cap on, and a hood over the ball cap. Yeah. And the two dogs came flying out, and they both hit the skids. Did their business quickly and ran back in the house. Yep. But you know what? The reason they do that, they're trained pretty well, because then they go to the quote-unquote snack cupboard. And they know if they go outside. Now, like I said, this morning, the little one at 3 a.m. picked his head up from the bed, put it back down, and said,
like,
nope,
not
doing it. The big guy came downstairs with me, went out, and then did his thing, and I was going to try to sham him. Yeah. And he went right to the snack cupboard. And was like, hey.
Oh, they know. They're routine.
Got up with you. I went with you and did that, things like that. Tell us again, you've got specials for first responders. You have specials for wreaths and roping and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Fill us in on those again, and where can they find these?
Yeah, all of these are going to be at our Portage store location, 7211 Portage Street, Massillon, Ohio.
And that is really Massillon, North Canton,
Jackson.
Perry, Jackson.
Yeah, we're right in Jackson.
Yeah, we're right in Jackson Township, just off of the main intersection nearby would be 241 Massillon Road and Portage. So we're off the strip exit, just about 4 miles west towards.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, as you're heading towards Canal.
Yeah, so we do have a ton of specials right now. Our cut trees are 50% off to military and first responders. It's our way of saying thank you for the sacrifices and that job that they do that is sometimes thankless.
I'm with you 100-fold.
So we also have specials on wreaths. These are our live wreaths, our live swags, and our live pine roping. They're 30% off this week.
Now, the wreaths for indoors or outdoors, whatever you prefer?
Correct. Yeah.
Yes,
You can use,
yeah.
Yeah, the live wreaths, and they're really decorated nice. Like these aren't just a plain wreath.
Okay.
They already have
Yeah, they're
stuff
like
in
mixed
'em.
mixed screens with pine cones, that kind
Now,
of
do you
stuff.
decorate them, Rachel?
So no, they come in decorated. We can put bows on them and that kind of stuff. We do kind of
And
jazz
you
them up
guys
a
add
little, but
picks to 'em, like
yeah, we
there's
definitely can do
different-
that.
Different like glass bulbs and picks.
Yeah,
and,
customize them a little bit. We can
doves and-
absolutely do something like that.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then
So-
also anybody that purchases $50 or more, free poinsettia. So, yeah.
And another thing too, gift cards and gift certificates. We do have that. That's kind of a great
To use in the spring?
Yeah,
or use whenever?
yeah. That's
So like with my son and his fiance, they got their first home. That's a great gift for somebody. I mean,
Because you don't want to tell them, you know, let
Right.
them choose what
Yeah,
they want.
I
yeah,
want their
and a lot of
garden
stuff you
out.
can't do anything right now
Yeah.
anyway.
Right.
You know, so
Right. But
it's-
and then that way, as you listen to the show over the next couple months here, and we start talking about some of this new product that's going to be coming in, you know, you have something to use towards that new
or
product.
even mulching and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's good on anything.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
what's
good
kind of
on
nice
anything.
for with gift cards.
You know what else is funny, too? Because we talk about things in the future. It's like, I don't like to rush things, especially as we get a little bit older, okay?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, take it a day at a time. But the bottom line is that you could start looking ahead to the spring.
Yeah.
Before
Oh,
you
yeah.
know it, you know,
Yeah.
you're going to blink your eyes and go, wait a second. Wasn't it just 20 degrees and snowy, and now we're
Yeah.
in the
And
spring?
it won't be long here. We're going to be talking about doing equipment maintenance. You know,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about, you know, either if you're going to do it yourself, the oil changes, the new air filters, the sharpening the blades on the mower.
What, you do
So
more
winter's good
both
for.
locations?
We don't do
No.
that, but we want the customer to be like a lot of our material goes up to Bears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Bears,
now's a good time to do that kind of
right.
stuff.
Call
you know.
them. A lot of times they have a pickup and a drop off option, so it's not something you got to mess with a trailer.
Get it done
or-
now
yeah,
because
yeah,
you're going to be backed up once the weather gets warmer.
Exactly. What'll happen is everybody waits till first week of March, and you're on a 6 to 8 week backlog. And that is a big problem. So if you get it in there now, a lot of times they have specials or deals. I know a lot of times in the past, I don't want to speak for another company, but I know that Bears has done some things where they have a discounted rate for drop off.
You suggest them because I trust you all implicitly.
And it's who we use.
Yeah.
I mean, our professional product comes out of that location.
Oh, very good.
So, I mean, it's somebody that we've
The local
developed
place and-
developed a relationship with over, 30, 40 years that we've dealt with them. So they're a good, reliable company.
Now, I know that you're going to be able to get the shakes or something and get cold turkey because I'm thinking 2 weeks from today is Christmas and you won't be here. Nor should you be here.
No, yeah, or the one after that because it'll be the
Right,
New Year's.
So you'll have a couple. Will you be
Be
okay?
weird.
Oh, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's you got to enjoy too, you know. And as you go along, I know enjoying is very, very special. Rachel, Matt, I won't see you before Christmas time, so
No,
nothing but the
Merry
best for
Christmas.
you.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas. And I guarantee you that when Pam calls, I will be back, but not until after the first of the year.
Nice.
Okay.
Enjoy the holidays with your family.
I certainly will. In fact, we were counting. We have 10 of us now, and with a significant others, so they'll have us. And then we alternate with my wife's and my siblings, so we will have 22 at the house from the 26th through the 29th. I think we're housing 15 of them. We have 5 bedrooms, and then there's a hotel about
That'll
a
be
mile away.
fun.
But I can't wait because every other year, the majority of them are from Charlotte. And so we'll have them in the Columbus and the Marion people.
That's
But
fun.
I love every second of it.
I bet.
Stop out
Enjoy
and
it.
check the specials we've got at Roar's Nursery, 7211 Portage Street in Massillon.
We'll do it
Thank
in a
you.
big, big way. Matt, Rachel, thank you so much.
Thank
It's always a treat to get to spend time. You make me smile. And that's a good thing. Mark
That was
West
always
Bishop
fun.
in for Pam Cook. We're back with you tomorrow morning at 5:30. Please join us on behalf of producer Nick and yours truly, Mark West Bishop. Enjoy every sandwich. Life is precious, friend. Really remember that. Take care of each other. It's your world. Pay attention. And for now, adios, amigo. Long may you run.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. It's officially that magical time of year, Christmas time. That's right, our Christmas shop is officially open 7 days a week at our Portage Street location. Your one-stop shop for all holiday decor. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be coming to town, so be sure to check roarsnursery.com for all upcoming events and sales. Visit us at Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street and roarsnursery.com.
Roar's Nursery. We want to be your number one nursery. Roar's Nursery.
This is the time